You think the law is slow. This man proved it can be the sharpest, most precise weapon when wielded by a truly patient enemy. Today we're diving into the story of a man who orchestrated the coldest, most calculated takedown of his ex-wife, all by simply following the rules. Our story starts with Mark and Lisa. From the outside they looked like the perfect couple. Successful careers, a beautiful home, 2 great kids. But behind closed doors, things were falling apart. The final straw came when Mark discovered Lisa was having an affair. The divorce was messy, filled with arguments and bitterness. Lisa, using a high-powered lawyer, seemed to win at every turn. She got the house, primary custody of the kids, and a substantial alimony payment. Mark was left with a small apartment, weekend visits, and a massive financial burden. He felt broken, defeated, and utterly humiliated. But as the initial shock wore off, something inside Mark shifted. It wasn't rage or a desire for loud, dramatic revenge. It was something colder, more focused. He spent months wallowing, but one day, he looked at the mountain of court documents and financial statements, and a new plan began to form. He wasn't going to fight fire with fire. He was going to use the very system that had crushed him to slowly and methodically reclaim his life, and in the process dismantle hers. The first step in Mark's long game was observation. He started documenting everything, and I mean everything. Lisa had a habit of being late for custody exchanges. Not by much, just 15 or 20 minutes here and there. Most people would let it slide, not Mark. He bought a small date-stamped notebook and logged every single late pickup and drop-off. He'd note the time, the date, and any excuse Lisa gave. Traffic lost track of time. The kids weren't ready. At first it seemed petty, pointless even. But Mark knew that in the eyes of the court, a pattern is more powerful than a single event. He was building a foundation, one tiny, indisputable brick at a time. Next he turned his attention to the finances. The alimony he was paying was based on Lisa's claim that she couldn't find a job in her field. Mark knew she had a degree and years of experience, so he started digging. He wasn't a private investigator, just a very motivated ex-husband with an internet connection. He scoured professional networking sites, company directories, and even social media. He wasn't looking for a gotcha moment, he was looking for evidence of effort, or rather, the lack thereof. He documented job postings she was qualified for but never applied to. He noted industry networking events in their city that she didn't attend. He was painting a picture not of a woman who couldn't work, but one who WOULDN single quotes T*. Meanwhile, Lisa was living it up. The alimony was more than enough to support a comfortable lifestyle. She took lavish vacations, bought designer clothes, and frequently posted her glamorous life all over social media. Every photo of a beach in Bali, every new handbag, every fancy dinner was a gift to Mark. He saved every post, every picture, every receipt he could find. He cross-referenced her spending with her declared expenses. The story they told was one of a person living far beyond the means of someone struggling to find work. She was in essence handing him the rope, and he was patiently weaving it. This wasn't just about money, though, it was about his kids. The court order was specific about visitation, but Lisa often tried to change plans at the last minute, or she'd schedule activities for the kids during Mark's weekends. Instead of arguing, Mark would simply reply with a calm, polite email, "As per the court order dated date, my visitation is scheduled for this weekend. I look forward to seeing the children then." If she persisted, he'd send another email, again referencing the court order. He never lost his temper. He never raised his voice. He just pointed back to the black and white text of the legal document. Every email was a piece of evidence. Every refusal to engage in a fight was a strategic move. He was documenting her attempts to obstruct his court-ordered time with his children. After nearly 2 years of this silent, meticulous work, Mark was ready. He hadn't seen a lawyer this whole time. He had represented himself in minor filings, always appearing calm, organized, and respectful to the court. Now he walked into a new lawyer's office, but he wasn't asking for help. He was presenting a finished product. He laid out binders, neatly organized and tabbed, one for custody exchange tardiness, another for financial discrepancies, a third for communication records and visitation obstruction, a fourth, a thick one, filled with printouts of Lisa's social media, cross-referenced with bank statements he had access to through the divorce proceedings. The lawyer was stunned. He'd seen angry spouses bring in shoeboxes of messy receipts. He'd never seen a case laid out with such cold, irrefutable precision. Mark hadn't brought him a problem. He had brought him a conviction. There was no he said, she said. There were dates, times, photos, and Lisa's own words, all perfectly aligned to show a clear pattern of behavior. She wasn't just violating the spirit of the court's orders. She was systematically disregarding them. The next court date was a masterpiece of legal execution. Lisa and her lawyer walked in, expecting the same old Mark they'd pushed around before. They were not prepared for what was coming. Mark's lawyer didn't make grand, emotional arguments. He simply presented the evidence. He showed the judge the log of 87 late custody exchanges over 2 years. He presented the list of dozens of jobs Lisa was qualified for and never pursued. He then showed the social media posts of her luxurious lifestyle, juxtaposed with her claims of financial hardship. Finally, he presented the chain of emails where Lisa repeatedly tried to interfere with Mark's court-ordered parenting time. Lisa's defense crumbled. How could she argue with a date-stamped photo of her on a yacht, posted on the same week she claimed she couldn't afford a car repair? How could she deny her tardiness when presented with 2 years of meticulous logs? Her own words and actions had become the bars of her cage. The judge was not impressed with her. The court's primary goal is the stability and well-being of the children, and Mark's evidence showed that Lisa was creating instability while Mark was the one consistently trying to uphold the court's structure. The ruling was a complete reversal of fortune. The judge found that Lisa had been willfully underemployed and had misrepresented her financial situation. Her alimony was immediately terminated. Not just stopped, but terminated. And because she had acted in bad faith, she was ordered to pay back a portion of the alimony Mark had already paid. Then came the custody. Citing her consistent disregard for the parenting schedule and her attempts to obstruct Mark's relationship with his children, the judge modified the custody agreement. Mark was awarded 50/50 custody, a significant shift from his previous weekend-only arrangement. The final blow was a quiet one. Lisa was also ordered to pay a portion of Mark's legal fees. The very lawyer she had once used to crush Mark was now sending her a bill for her own defeat. In one afternoon, her entire world, built on a foundation of deception and financed by Mark's hard work, came crashing down. She lost her income stream, her legal high ground, and half her time with her kids. She had to sell the house she fought so hard for, all because she underestimated the quiet, patient man she had wronged. Mark didn't gloat. He didn't post about his victory on social media. He simply picked up his kids for his newly expanded custody time and went to the park. He had played the long game, using the system not as a sword for a quick strike but as a chisel, slowly and precisely carving away at his ex-wife's lies, until there was nothing left but the truth. It's a chilling reminder that sometimes the most devastating revenge isn't a loud explosion, but a quiet, methodical dismantling. The law, it turns out, can be the coldest weapon of all. What do you think about Mark's approach? Was it justice, or was it a cold, calculated revenge? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.